Okay, hello everybody. Hello, welcome everyone. Phil here on the stream. How you doing? It is Saturday. It is April 1st, 2017, which means it is time to be super serious. It is time to throw all levity to the wind, and it is time for us to finally be mature adults and to man up and to be only truthful today. Of course. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Saturday, so it's the weekend for a lot of people. Finally some relaxation, right? An opportunity to unwind a bit. The stream today hopefully will help you with that. And I certainly hope that you have a good time here on stream today with the conclusion. Finally, ladies and gents, after a month of playing, I actually started playing Zelda Breath of the Wild on Monday, March 6th. Yeah. So almost an entire month. Now, not to say that I've played this game every single day. I have not. But I did play a crap ton of it. In fact, I looked last night, and I think this is, like, not even kidding, like the 16th or so session of the game that I played this month, which in reality means I've played it for over 60 hours. And the bottom line is, I have not even completed everything in this game, right? Oh, shout out to Blue Blair, who just did a 150-bit cheer. He started the cheering for the day. He says, I don't have any actual bits, so I'll draw them for you. But yeah, what a month it's been, right? This entire month, I had my new streaming kind of methodology laid out for you. The entirety of this playthrough, I've been doing it, the on-screen notifications and everything. So today's kind of like an anniversary in a lot of ways. Because, you know, I started 3+ weeks ago doing this, and it's, you know, for the most part, oh my god, excuse me. Whew, as you can tell, I'm drinking a V8, one of those nice V8 drinks yet again this morning. But yeah, it's been an interesting, a fun month, right? And finally, I get to wrap up this huge playthrough that I've invested a ton of time in. This was, I think it'll go down in history. Absolutely, Zelda will go down in history as the game that I played differently. This is the very first game that I played differently. It's the first game where I didn't just hyper-focus on the game, that I treated it as an interactive playthrough with you, the viewers, right? And that's kind of a momentous thing. When you think about it, it is notable. Historically, people will say, you know, Phil was a YouTuber who hyper-focused on the games for 8 years, and then when Zelda came out, he changed things up, and it worked, right? I think for the most part, this playthrough's been quite entertaining. It's been fun, interesting. It's been different because, let's face it, if I didn't have interactivity with a lot of you guys and gals here on the stream, I don't think this playthrough would have been as good as it's been. I think it would have been more boring, honestly. A lot, you know, yes, the game's fun and there's open world exploration, but let's face it, there's a lot of downtime between when you're going from point A to point B and you're investigating and you're climbing and you're gliding. It's not necessarily the most riveting stuff, but reading your messages and, you know, being interactive with you here on the streams every single day made this playthrough fun. So I want to say thank you. If you were attending any of the streams for my Zelda playthrough over the month of March, I certainly hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you contributed and you felt like you were part of it, because you really were. You were a part of this experience, in my opinion, and you're a major reason why this playthrough was so good. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it, okay? Now, real quick, all I want to do here is run through a couple quick things, and then I've got a big announcement, ladies and gentlemen, a big announcement for today's pre-stream before we get started. Because we're going to shuffle things up and mix things up a little bit for the new month of April. I have a new idea that I want to propose to everyone. But allow me to get through the formalities first, okay? Alright, so, shout out to Coral Guy, by the way. I want to apologize publicly to Coral Guy in the stream chat. The other day, he subbed to the channel, and then he left me quite a large tip on stream. But while he did that, I also got a couple spam emails that made me feel that maybe his tip wasn't going to be legitimate. As of today, it is. I mean, you know, not to say that sadly, when you do tips with PayPal, that people can't like try to charge backs later on. But it looks like it's legit, and he's actually a really big fan. So apologies, I was skeptical the other day. I think he's a legit fan, and I want to say thank you very much, Coral Guy, for your contribution the other day. I appreciate it. So there you go. There's your public apology. I feel bad because I got so paranoid when I got this big tip. I'm like, this can't be real. Who would tip me this much money? You know, who would actually like my content enough that they would tip me this? And I was very skeptical, and I was wrong. He's legit. So I apologize. All right. So let's talk, first of all, about the next few days, how things are going to go down so that everyone's in the know, okay? Today, it's the conclusion of Zelda on stream. Now, what do I have left? I have to do the 4 remaining memories, okay? I don't even know where they are, so this could be interesting, me kind of exploring around and trying to find these last 4 memories in Zelda. Once I do that, I've heard there's one more memory that actually unlocks. And then once I do that, then there's nothing left to do but Hyrule Castle and the end of the game. So I don't know how long this is going to take. This could take the entirety of the stream, or this could take like an hour. I don't know. I guess it all depends on how stuff goes, okay? So, that's the deal for today's gameplay stream. Now, if I finish today's stream early, let's say I wrap this up, let's say I wrap it up early, okay? Well, great, because what I want to do is I want to review Zelda. So I'll get right to work on my review for Zelda. And if I end up finishing my review for Zelda earlier in the day, then that means that later tonight I'll have time to play some more Danganronpa offline, okay? So it all depends. We'll see how things go today on today's stream. If it takes the entirety of the stream, that's fine. Then later tonight I'll just take the time to review Zelda, and that'll be it, okay? And there won't be any more Danganronpa. So there you have it. That's what I'm planning for today. Zelda will conclude 100% here on stream, no matter what. And I will review the game today, no matter what. If I have time for Danganronpa, great. If not, it's not a huge loss, because I've been playing the hell out of the game, and I actually played it for more than 5 or 6 hours the past couple of days. Okay, tomorrow, folks. Tomorrow, I'm returning to Mass Effect Andromeda. Finally, I know it's been over a week away from the game, and people who were liking the playthrough are kind of disappointed. They're like, Phil, why on earth would you put Mass Effect on the back burner? We all know that you love the series or whatever. Listen, there's just too much going on right now. I mean, there's so much going on in the regards of gaming. Let's face it. Just think about the month of March. We had Zelda. We had Nier Automata. We had Mass Effect Andromeda. We had the Dark Souls DLC. We had Danganronpa going on, right? And that's just a few things. There's many other things that have been going on. You know, like Walking Dead and stuff like that. And between all of it, it's been very hard to juggle everything. I skipped Ghost Recon Wildlands. I skipped MLB. I skipped a bunch of stuff this month. Okay. So in regards to that, what's going on? Oh, Dr. Zombies made a joke and he fooled me. He says, "Yo, your 30-day trial of these GIF animations for you know, the pledges and stuff, or not pledges, but the cheers on stream has expired." How dare you? What a hilarious joke. It actually distracted me for a second there. But anyway, yeah, this has been a crazy month, and it's been so difficult for me to juggle stuff. For example, there's stuff I haven't even touched upon. There was a Mafia 3 expansion this month. There was a Final Fantasy 15 expansion this month. There was a Neo expansion this month. Were you aware? Like, a bunch of games got DLC expansions in March. I haven't even had a chance to even look at them. It's been too crazy. There's so many releases this month. It's been out of control. Like, I don't know what these game companies were thinking. Gee, let's just all release shit within the same 4 weeks. There's no way we'll possibly cut into each other. I mean, it's not like gamers have a limited amount of time to spend on gaming or anything. They'll just throw money at us in an unlimited fashion. It's just kind of like, oh my god, are you serious? I don't get it, man. I just don't understand. I've said this for years. I don't understand the marketing strategy or anything with these game companies, that they actually think that this is like a good idea. It's just out of control to release everything at once. But they do it all the time. They still do it. They don't learn. So anyway, I digress. It's been a crazy month, all right? So finally I'm getting back to Mass Effect Andromeda tomorrow. And Mass Effect Andromeda is going to be balanced with Persona 5, which starts this Tuesday, by the way. And I will be doing a marathon of Persona 5 all day Tuesday. Yeah, it's going to be balanced with Persona 5 pretty much for all of April. Now, there will be a few other releases in there. For example, there's Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale game that's going to be coming out. There's Outlast 2 comes out at the end of April. I don't know how many people know that. I didn't even know that until I checked the schedule the other day. I was like, holy shit, Outlast 2? It actually got a release date? It's coming out? I'm so excited for that. I've been waiting for a great survival horror game. You know, we played Resident Evil 7 in January, and that was so much fun. And you get pumped for that kind of game, and then it's over so quickly. And you're like, oh, man, you know, I want more. So I cannot wait. I loved Outlast 1. I cannot wait for Outlast 2 in late April. So it's going to be a very fun April. There's a lot of stuff going on in April. I'm going to have my Ask the King is going to return. I'm going to have my Worst Games Ever Marathon, which, by the way, I'll have an update on the voting for that shortly. I'll be able to update everyone on how the Worst Games Ever Marathon is going within a day or so. I think tomorrow probably. I'll check the polls and I'll publicly disclose that info so you know what to expect. There is a ton of stuff going on. And I cannot wait for April. I think it's going to be a great month for gameplay and everything, okay? But it's going to be a interesting way to balance all this stuff. You know, everyone knows Persona 5 is going to be insanely long, but we already know Mass Effect Andromeda is long. So I got to balance those two incredibly long games with everything else over April. It's going to be a challenge, but it's also going to be fun, I think. A fun challenge. And having you guys and gals here on stream every day interacting with me is going to be an awesome way to celebrate that. I really like the interactive streaming I'm doing now. So I hope that you will join me daily here on stream. And for the stuff that I don't stream, I hope you'll join me on DSPGaming. I'm really feeling positive for the future, okay? So, I will also want to say thank you to everyone who did pledge to my Patreon in the month of March. It is now over. There's no more time to pledge because it is now April. So you can't pledge to my Patreon for March. So sorry if you didn't pledge. You did sadly miss out. I did try to warn everyone. Last night, I was like, listen, you really got to pledge. And, you know, I don't know. Some people listen, some people don't. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Right now, people's pledges are going through. I do want to say, if you did pledge to my Patreon in March, please check your patreon.com inboxes. There were over 20 people whose pledges were declined. A lot of pledges. I'm talking over $100. And what I'm hoping is that people will update their info and get that cleared up so that those pledges will clear. And, you know, we can get all that in there because the bottom line is, as I've said many, many times over the past few weeks, I really need your support this month in particular. I'm going to be having the least income I've ever had since I've done this for a job because of all the shit that happened back in February. Now, the good news is the changes that I've made, including the change to my way that I stream and the Teespring store and all of that, have definitely contributed and allowed me to kind of bounce back from that. But I don't see any of that income till May. So I need to get through April, and I was really hoping that these Patreon pledges would help. And then I get a giant amount of declined people. I'm like, I knew this was going to happen. Because here's what happens, folks. People get so wrapped up in the positivity, which is good. It's good to get wrapped up in positivity, right? People are like, wow, Phil's doing great. Look at his streams. His people are showing up for stream every day. People are cheering. People are subbing. He's got high, you know, the most subs ever. In fact, as of today, I have 267 subscribers and growing. Every day I'm getting more and more subscribers and followers here on my Twitch channel because of the methodology now that I'm using to stream and the interactivity. People are loving it. That's a great thing. But people get so wrapped up in that, they forget that I depend on the other stuff that's been there forever, you know, to get by. So they stop watching the YouTube videos, they don't pledge to Patreon, or they all this stuff falls through the cracks. And then it's like, well, it's great that I'm doing well on Twitch, but what about everything else that I depend on, you know? And you know what? It's a human condition. I knew this was going to happen. I said it all month in March. I said, I guarantee you what's going to end up happening is we're going to see a decline on Patreon. And it looks like I'm going to. Now, what I'm hoping is that I'm going to build people back up for these, for Patreon in particular. Once I get a good goal there, a good monthly goal coming up, I think people will be excited for it. I mean, the month of March, I didn't even have a monthly goal till halfway through March, right? Because I didn't even know if I was going to be able to do this for a job. I didn't know if the Twitch changes were going to work out. But I think things will get back on track. But just FYI, if you were pledged to the Patreon for March, I definitely recommend you check it out. You may have been declined, okay? And I just want you to check it out, okay? To be sure that, if you were declined, you can maybe update your info or whatever. Your pledge could still go through, but you got to update your info quickly, all right? Okay, what else? Let's see. That's really it. I don't really want to go crazy with plugs or anything today. It is the first of the month. It's a new month. It's a fresh month, okay? So there's no reason to go crazy with plugs. But I will say this. If you are thinking of contributing today, during today's stream, I appreciate everything. I appreciate if you sub. I appreciate if you cheer with bits. But right now, the best way that you can contribute is to send me a tip, because I get that money right away, and I need that money desperately for my bills in the next 2 weeks. In fact, it's about mid-April that this big lump of bills comes due, because both my mortgages come due, and then boom, I get hit with a bunch of other bills too. So for the next few weeks, if you are going to contribute here on the streams, I would appreciate it if you could tip me. If you want to know how to do that, please take a look directly below my stream here on Twitch. You'll see on my dashboard, there's all these different grids and everything, like the rules and everything are there. There's a section that says tips. Click on it, it sends you to my tips page. You can send me a tip either anonymously, or you can put your name. It's up to you. All right? That is the recommended way to help me. Now, the bottom line is, after a couple months here, after a couple months pass, guess what? After a couple months, I'm an idiot. After a couple weeks pass, if I can get through this month and actually pay all my bills, I think we're going to be good starting in May. I don't think we're going to have these issues anymore. I think between the streaming changes and the fact that I'm with a new partnership on YouTube, I think we're going to be good. I'm going to be good to go. You won't have to hear me sitting here every day saying desperately, please do this, please do that. I need your help. Okay? And that's good, because I don't want to do it. I just want to sit here and play games and have fun, folks. I don't know about you. I would love to have to stop talking about this shit. I want to get past this road bump that I've had for the past few months, and I want to get back to just full-time being about having fun. We're almost there. Okay, folks? We're almost there. All right. All right, so now, folks, last but not least, the big announcement that I promised you on this pre-stream. All right? As you know, because of all these hardships that have been going on, I've been trying out different things. The Twitch changes have worked, all right? That's a good news. The Twitch changes are good, it's positive, everyone's excited, people are liking the streams more. I'm loving working more. I don't know if you've noticed, but this past month, I have really been reinvigorated for work. I love coming here and playing games with you guys and sharing experiences, and it seems more like a hangout than anything else, all right? But I don't want to pigeonhole myself, and I don't want to limit myself to just that. I want to try to branch out in other ways as well. So one of the ways that I've decided to try to branch out is to try something completely different, something that people have recommended to me for years. In fact, I had this idea back in 2012, okay? And I never really did anything with it for whatever reason. A lot of people advise against doing certain things on the internet or whatever. And you know me, I'm stubborn, and people give me recommendations, and I completely ignore them. And, I said, you know what? I think it makes sense to maybe kind of re-examine some of the things that I've declined or not done over the years that people have said. So, I officially decided, ladies and gentlemen, to open up a new page. Here it is, ladies and gents. You can check it out right now over on, that's right, your favorite website. I know that you've been here before, okay? Please check it out right now. This is a real page. This is not a joke. I'm not even exaggerating. This actually is a real page. It's not a joke. Please head on over right now. And what I've done is I've taken some of my best moments over the years and compiled it into a page where you can enjoy all of my content in a totally new way. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. I know you've been waiting for this. This is something that's been in the works for many years. If you remember, since all the way back in the day, 2012, when we did Project 7. Remember, I was in that kitchen with John Rambo, and I said, you know what? I'm going to be a porn star. And I started to undo my pants. Well, that was always been a dream of mine that I've put on the back burner until now. Now, ladies and gents, it's time. All right, so please check it out. I know that you're excited. This is a new venture for me. Filling my mouth with hot loads, which I've been doing for years, only now I'm doing it in the right way. And, you know, last year, in early May, was a little delving into it. And let's face it, when I delved into it in early May last year, it ended up being more successful than anything else. So let's go in full throttle. Let's dive in head first, as they say. Let's take both hands. Let's grab it with full enthusiasm. And let's yank it towards victory. Oh my god. Anyway, everybody. I'm not even kidding. Obviously, happy April Fools, duh. But this is real. This fucking page is real. I didn't even know this was real. I mean, obviously if someone made it as a joke, I think it's hilarious. I mean, why wouldn't you think this is funny? This is fucking funny. They took different things that I've done over the years and submitted it to freaking a porn site as a joke. I think it's hilarious. Come on. How could you not laugh at this? Right? But, alright. I think that's enough of that. Let's close this down. Let's close this down and pretend like it never happened. In fact, I'm deleting it right now. I'm not even kidding you. I'm deleting it from my OBS setup. Okay. Alright, folks. So it's time to start with today's gameplay stream, the conclusion of Zelda. Alright, I'm excited. Blue Blur right now is the cheerleader with 150 bits. Hopefully we'll get more subs. Hopefully we'll get cheers. We'll get tips. We'll get people excited talking in the stream chat. We'll get everyone engaged. You'll have a nice, fun conclusion stream, right? Alright, sound good? Alright. Tubi Booty says I should get that framed and put it in the office. You know what? You're right, I should. I should blow that up and actually print it out and frame it and put it in my office. I'll put it right next to my YouTube 100,000 subscriber button. I'll have that, and then I'll have the Pornhub right next to it. I think that'd be perfect, right? Okay. Alright, is everyone ready? Are you ready for Zelda? The Legend of Zelda, the conclusion. I am. Hope you are. Alright, folks, that's it. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's get started. So we got memories to find, and then we got the final dungeon, right? Alright, fair enough. Alright. Let's do it. Let's finish. Oh! Thanks to Tantamounter. He just did a 222-bit cheer. He says, I'm ready. Alright, here we go.